Hi everyone, welcome to our Accounting 101 course. Today we're going to talk about cash versus accrual basis. This is a really important concept. I know I keep saying that, but a lot of what we're doing right now are important concepts to understand the backbone. So there's two main types of accounting methods that we can keep books on, keep the accounting records on, and they're cash and accrual. Now, cash basis is where we are going to recognize revenue. So we're going to record revenue when we actually receive cash from the customer. So we may have, a customer that we provide a service in May and we don't get paid until July. We would recognize the revenue in July on the cash basis. Okay. Likewise with expenses, we would recognize those expenses when they're paid, not necessarily when we incur those expenses. So if, we've gotten billed by the vendor who has completed their work in May and we don't pay until July, we would recognize the expense in July. Okay, so we recognize revenue when we actually receive cash and we recognize expenses when we actually pay for those expenses. Now, this is the most common basis for small businesses. Almost all small businesses that you run across run on either a cash basis or a modified cash basis, and I'll get to that in a minute. It's important to remember that when we talk about paying expenses with cash, the IRS considers you paying with a credit card as paying that expense with cash. Okay. It also counts like if you get a loan to pay an expense, the money from the loan, even if the loan is paid, the funds go directly to that vendor, that's cash. So you've paid cash for that particular expense. So credit card payments, you don't have to wait to recognize the expense until you pay the balance on the credit card. You get to recognize the expense even if you've paid it with a credit card and you haven't paid the credit card off yet. It is the most common basis for small businesses. Once your business reaches a certain threshold, which is in the, 8 figures of annual recurring revenue. Once your business reaches that, eventually you have to move to accrual basis from an IRS perspective to file your taxes, okay? But the majority of small businesses file on a cash basis. I'll get to whether or not that's a good idea here in a minute. But it is going to be the most common basis. A lot of small businesses will keep their books on a modified cash basis and then file on a cash basis. A modified cash basis is going to be something to where, you're tracking the receivables, because even though we're not recognizing revenue until the cash is received, we do want to make sure that we're tracking who owes us money. So a lot of small businesses will record invoices in their accounting system, track who has paid them, who owes them money, but for tax purposes, they'll only recognize the revenue for the cash that they've actually received. And then same thing with expenses. A lot of small businesses will enter bills that they need to pay, haven't paid yet. But then they won't recognize those expenses for tax purposes until the cash is actually paid, until those bills are paid. Okay. Now let's think about the accrual basis. Accrual basis is a little bit different. So we recognize revenue when the revenue is actually earned. So if I do a job in May, but I don't get paid until July, on the accrual basis, I'm going to recognize the revenue in May. Whereas on the cash basis, I would recognize that revenue in July. Okay. You also get to recognize expenses when they're incurred. So if I get a bill from a vendor in May for services that they've already done, I get to recognize that expense in May, even if I don't pay it until July. But if I pay it in July and I'm on the cash basis, I would wait to recognize that expense until July. The reason that we do this is something called the matching principle. So with the matching principle, you want to record your revenue in the same time period as the expenses associated with that revenue, because it gives you a better, more accurate picture of the financial activities of the business. For example, if I do a bunch of work in October, November, and December, and I collect money from those customers, but maybe I pay a subcontractor for a lot of that, and I don't pay the subcontractor until February. If I'm on a cash basis, I've recognized all this revenue. in this year. Okay, so let's call it 2025. So I've recognized all this revenue in 2025, but if I don't pay my subcontractors until February of 2026, if I'm on a cash basis, it looks like I'm hyper profitable in 2025, right? When in reality, I've earned this revenue, yes, but I've also incurred a lot of expenses associated with that revenue. So if I don't do any sales in, January, February, March, my first quarter of 2026 looks awful. I have all these expenses that I have paid on a cash basis, and it looks awful, right? When in reality, I may be a very profitable company. It's just all my revenue is sitting in 2025. So the cash basis does not give you a very good idea of the financial health of the business unless you're literally only providing services to customers that pay right away and you are literally paying your expenses as you incur them. Because then your cash and accrual is pretty much equivalent. But this is the accrual basis because it provides such a good picture of the financial activities in the business. This is the method that is required under GAAP, that generally accepted accounting principles. And GAAP is the standards that publicly traded companies in the US have to follow. There's also standards called IFRS, which are international standards. So some of your publicly traded companies will follow IFRS instead of GAAP. GAAP and IFRS differ very little. But for the purposes of our conversation today, publicly traded companies follow GAAP, which is an accrual basis, because it presents a clear picture of the business's activities. So we have cash and accrual, and we're going to learn both of them. It's important to learn both. Accrual is what is mainly focused on in accounting courses in college, and it's because those courses are designed to prepare you for understanding publicly traded companies and going into public accounting. It's designed for you to sit for a CPA exam. Cash basis, on the other hand, is where a lot of our small businesses land, and that's reality for the majority of small, even to medium-sized businesses, okay, is cash basis. So we're going to learn both. We're going to talk about modified cash basis, and we're going to learn about, when you have to file with accrual versus cash basis. There is no cookie cutter recommendation for small businesses to say, if you file on a cash basis, your taxes for this year are going to be reduced. Whereas if you file on an accrual, they're going to be higher. Or if you file on an accrual, you'll reduce it. And if you file on cash, you're going to pay more. There's no cookie cutter method. It really depends on the activities in the business. And I oftentimes do not recommend customers to just go out and start using accrual unless they really understand accounting or they are using a professional to go in and do their books on an accrual basis, because it is more complicated. So we're going to learn both for the purposes of our course. It's important to understand how we're recording things, because as we go in and we work through the accounting cycle, we're going to see the difference between cash and accrual, and it's going to tell us when we need to record different transactions. So it's important we understand it so that we can go in and work through a full accounting cycle. So I will see you guys next time. If you have any questions, let me know, and hopefully this was helpful.